Hello, my name is Taylor Burks, and I am the defensive coordinator at Georgia Military College. I've been the defensive coordinator for the 2002-2003 season, where we finished number 1 in the country defensively and number 3 in the country defensively in 2003. I'm here to talk to you about defensive line play. Defensive line in the 3-5-3 is very essential and is what we have to do and what we're trying to get done as a defense. It's very simple, it's very easy to run, and it's fun for our players to do. I'm going to go through our defensive position names with our front 6 guys, or front 8 guys, and then I will go through some things about the defensive line, what makes them so important to fit into the scheme of our defense. We're going to start with our base alignment and our base position calling, names, position calls. We'll have an end, nose, and an end. Behind these guys, we'll have stacked bats, Mike, bat. We'll also have dog, linebacker, safeties behind the defensive line. The defensive line, it is crucial that they control the line of scrimmage. These 3 guys have to be accounted for by all of these offensive linemen. As a head-up position, they do not know which direction we are moving and which direction we're slanting and what we're trying to get done as a defense on each call. So that makes it important for the defensive line to execute the stunt and the slant that is called for them. As far as the fundamentals of the defensive line play, we start by telling our defensive linemen they must be in a comfortable, balanced 3-point stance. This 3-point stance must allow them to move in either direction. They cannot give away by stance, by leaning one direction or the other, where they are moving towards. Their aiming point is the near hip of the offensive lineman, towards the direction that they are moving to. They must move to that gap, control that gap, find the football, and run to the ball. As I've stated, this is our base alignment here. We are head up on the tackles, head up to center, with our linebackers directly stacked behind our defensive linemen. Our other alignments that we'll have that I'll talk about, we'll have a solid alignment where we will walk a bat linebacker down. The end will slide to a 3 technique. The nose is shaded. And then he slides out to a 5 technique. Our other front that we'll get to is called an under front. And we will walk a bat down on this side. The end will slide to a 3 technique. We'll have a G technique on the guard. And then we'll have an inside technique on the tight end here. This is our under front. from these various fronts, these three different fronts, we have the same blitz packages, the same pressure packages we can run from each front. So the system is the same, the rules are the same, and everything that we're doing and calling is exactly the same. It's just with a different front. In our calls, in our defensive calls, the defensive line hears the direction that they are moving towards. They will be either moving to a open or closed. They will hear pinch, or they will hear or they won't hear anything. And if they don't hear anything, they hear jacks. So we have a closed stunt, we have an open stunt, we have a pinch stunt, and then if we don't hear anything, then we run jacks. So in our huddle call, they're going to hear, for example, boom closed. That's telling them to slant. The linebackers will call close call as offense breaks the huddle, and they will slant to the near hip of the offensive lineman that they are moving towards and controlling that gap. It's a quick two-step move. They make their move and get to that near hip of that offensive lineman. So this is a closed stunt. Again, we're calling, or it's just like calling strong or weak. So we call it closed, and there's our tight end to give us a closed left here. The D-line is slanting to the left. Okay, our next stunt that they will hear, maybe they hear a boom open, where we're slanting to the open side. An imaginary tight end here, he moves right there to the hip of that imaginary tight end, to the hip of that guard, to the hip of that guard there, and must control these gaps. So if we did have an open stunt with the slant of the D-line, we would be bringing pressure from here. So if our defensive end will get out here to control this gap, he's going to be making the play. So they've got to make sure that they can do the stunt that's called and run the stunt that's called in the huddle. Okay, our next stunt is pinch, whereas it says the defensive ends will pinch to control the B gap, moving to the hips of those guards there. We game plan it, and we will determine where this nose goes based on what an offense is trying to do to us and what their best play is, and also based on what the pressure is that we're trying to bring with this pinch. So he will either go strong or weak, and we give him freedom to determine that, and we tell him we'll change it up during the game. Hey, you've been going strong too much. You need to start going weak some. We'll communicate it with the linebackers to make sure that they're able to hit the open gaps that are left open by that movement of the defensive line. So we have open, closed, and pinch. And then the last thing here is that we have jacks. If the huddle call, they are not told either to open, closed, or pinch, then they will run jacks. If we called zoo strong, zoo weak. If we called zoo blue, something along those lines, they didn't hear open, they didn't hear close, they didn't hear pinch, so we run jacks. Our jack stunt, the nose will stunt to the guard, strong side A gap. Our ends are attacking the C gap, and we're out wide. And that is jacks. So those are our basic movements with the defensive line. Okay, based on these very simple principles, do we match up with our pressure with the linebackers and the dogs? We will hit open gaps with these 5 guys behind here to control the gaps opposite of where the D-line is moving. It's the responsibility of these guys to react opposite of where the D-line is moving towards. So they have to know what open, closed, pinch, and jacks means and where they're going and whose responsibility it is in jacks to control the C-gap. Based on these very simple things here, the defensive line has to be quick. They have to have strength in order to fight off double teams if they are moving to the B gap and the guards trying to double. They have to be able to move with speed and control those gaps. So our drills and things that we do with those guys are very simple. They are stepping that direction so they know where their open and closed is. They know the direction they are going to. We work on their stance to make sure it's balanced, that they're not tipping the offense off for which direction they are moving towards. And we do a lot of change of direction drills as far as move in one direction, find the ball, and redirect to other drills. Okay, for our defensive line, these guys have to be able to move with speed and accuracy. Our nose man has to have an understanding of how it all fits together. We've got to know that these three guys here, the guard, the center, and the guard, have got to pay attention to this defensive nose guard right here on every play. No matter where the play's going, our nose has got to be the dominant force to be moving to make sure that these three guys right here are taking into account that one guy. That enables us to free linebackers and dogs for using the defense for what we can, is using its speed that we put on the field. Our nose guard has got to understand where the linebackers are moving towards. One other stunt that we will hear, that the nose will hear, is he may hear a strong or weak in the huddle call. Okay, the defensive ends, that's very simple. They didn't hear open, they didn't hear closed, and they didn't hear pinch. So they are going to run jacks, just as they always do. So they will run jacks here. Our nose hears a strong or weak, and he goes opposite the call. So if we were going to, say, bring pressure with our two linebackers here and run through these two gaps, then we would call that a smack weak or a zoo weak. So he hears weak, so he knows he's got to go opposite the call. Same. Now the other way, if we go zoo strong, he's got to go weak, and that's got to be that's got to happen right there. He's got to control this gap. If they're running weak away from the stunt and he gets cut off, then we're done as a defense. We've got to be strong, particularly in the 3-5-3. We have to be strong straight down the middle, just as with baseball, that you have to be strong up the middle. We got to be strong at nose, Mike, and our free safety have got to be able to do some things that other guys on the field aren't asked to do. This is our favorite front. We're going to stay in base as majority of the time. And we're going to allow these three guys right here to control the line of scrimmage. We ask them to move, to control gaps, to find the ball, run to the ball, and to make plays. So what we do with those guys, is, as I've explained, it's very simple. They're going to either go open or closed. They're going to pinch. They're going to run jacks. So it's very simple to play defensive line here. We tell you in the call what direction you're going to. So based on that, our drills that we run are very easy for the defensive line. We will ask that our guys, that we are able to run twists and stunts some stunts with these front three. We can tag on some various things that we ask to do. We call it the tango. And we will ask the end to stab inside and the nose to loop out wide. We can call it tango open, tango weak, tango strong, tango open, tango closed. The tango tells our defensive end, say we're going tango open. Well, on an open stunt, he's normally going to step out wide here, but he heard tango, so that now tells him that they're going to change responsibilities and we're going to stunt, and we're going to make a stunt out of that. This is out of our base alignment. Can we run our tango stunt? From our solid alignment, the stunts that we will add, we will run Tex and X. Tex, of course, is talking to the nose where he goes first, and X talks to the end. So if we were going to bring, say we wanted to go a Tex open, the defensive line knows that he's going to slant to the open side. My bat's going to slant to the open side. We're running Tex, so the nose and the Tex are going to twist it up right there. That's Tex. Of course, if we're going to go, the nose goes first, the end goes second. And then, of course, if we're going the other different with that, then the end is going to press first here. He's first. The nose is going to wrap there, and he's second. And that would be X. But we can also do it out of our under front. But it changes alignment, it changes rules for an offense and where we're moving towards. We can twist, we can run X, where the end's going to stab first. We're going to stab the nose around. That would be X. Now we can also run Tex to where the nose is going to go first. The end's going to wrap inside. Tex and X. You've got a dog out sitting outside here. You've got a bat that can fit up outside here. If it bounces outside, you got two guys and a Mike linebacker that can run to make the play. Of course, our drill, we're going to make sure their stance is balanced. We'll get them down in a stance, and we'll have them move in both directions. If we see false steps in your steps, as you come out of your stance, then we know you're not very balanced. You're not ready to move. You're not ready to do your job. Our important aspect of playing defensive line is that we start with a good stance. Our stance has got to be balanced, and we've got to be able to move either direction depending on what the huddle call is. I'll go ahead and get down in your stance. You can see we're head up over the dummies. We're head up over the nose, the center. We're head up over the defensive end. We got to be balanced. We got to be ready to move either way. Y'all stand up. We'll stay this. We'll stay here. We'll make sure that our stance is good and balanced. Here we go. Stance. Butts high in the air, we're ready to move, we're ready to go. Either direction. After checking stance to make sure everything's balanced, we will go into the stunts. We'll run through these stunts we'll have bags. And a football down, we'll have the nose here, in, and we'll run through our stunts, open, closed. The coach will stand back and make the open and close call. Our defensive line will execute that stunt. We'll run through all of our stunts, our tangos, and those various stunts to make sure we're doing those correctly. Close call here. The ball is here where the cones are. Our close call is closed right for the defense. That's our tight end. Our open side away from the tight end is here. So what we're going to run right here, we're going to run a closed stunt for you. In the stance. On the set hut. Sit hut. Stay low. Stop at the hip pass. Hop back. You want to stay low. Let's do close again. Do your close call again. Stay low. Sit hut. Quick. Two-step move and sit. Shoulders are square. We're ready to redirect. All three of them are square. We're ready to go because if the ball carrier's going this way, we got to plant, redirect, and come over here and get it. Let's go open stunt. Open stunt now, open stunt. We got a buck open. We're going to bring a bat over here, coming this way. We're going to slant the D-line this way. Buck open. Sit, hut. Boom. Show you. Stay low, stay low. Go back again. Let's do that again. Pads low. Pads square the line of scrimmage, ready to redirect. Open stunt. Sit, hut. Boom. We're ready to move. Do it where we are. Stay right there. Come back. We got outside contain right here, okay? He knows that there's pressure coming from that side. If the quarterback gets pressure, then I've got contain out here, and I've got to control that. Okay, so that's open and closed. Come back in your stance. Pinch, pinch call, pinch. Maybe bringing both dogs from the outside. We may be bringing both bats from the outside, but we go pinch. Sit, hut. There we go. As you can see, the nose has the choice. He can go either direction. We'll let him go strong. He went strong that time. Most of the time, that's where we want him going, is strong. But we'll tell him to work that out in the game. Evaluating film, watching film will determine which direction we feel like is the best place for him to go, depending on which of these three guys right here, guards and centers, may be the weakest link. Now, I also talked about tango. In there on the board, we talked about some tango stunts. In our tango stunt, you're going to stunt to this gap, you're going to wrap around outside, okay? In our tango stunt, what's going to happen is the end is going to stab to the B gap, the nose is going to stab and come out here wide. The call is open. Say we got a buck open, so we're bringing a bat off the edge out there. Our D-line still runs open, but we've added a tango to it, okay? So this is buck, tango, open. Let's go run tango open. Big gap, Kurt, coming, wrapping out wide there, Elam. Sit, hut. Boom, there we go. We're out wide. Now he's got control of it. Hustle back. Buck, tango, close. Big gap, coming out wide. Close. You're coming big gap inside there, Kurt. Sit, hut. Boom, stabbing out wide. There you go. Good. Those are our basic moves, and that's where we'll start with. We got to be in a good stance. We got to be ready to move either direction. Now we've gotten them in a stance. We've gotten them to perform their stunts. Now we want them to redirect or change direction to go to the football. So what we'll do is we'll make sure we have those aspects down as far as a good stance. We can perform the stunts, and now we do change direction drills. With our change of direction drill, we'll have a defensive lineman. We'll have the coach will be here. Holding a bag will be the coach. We'll have a running back behind the coach. I will give the running back behind my back a direction in which he will go. I will tell the defensive lineman where the open and close side is, or that it's pinch, and I will ask him to perform the move. He will either stunt out wide and make a quick two-step move to get to that hip of that near offensive lineman. Quick moves here or here, whichever way I tell him to go. And I've given the ball carrier direction that he's going. For example, I told the defensive lineman that let's just for easy right now, let's say we're going right. So he's going to stunt to the right, and I'll either have the ball carrier go this way, he will make his two-step quick move, and then run to the ball. If I had the ball carrier going this way, he makes his move, he turns, pursues, and gets to the football. So those are some change of direction drills that we do. Now we'll work on our change of direction drill. Now come over here. Give me one guy right here, give me one guy behind me. We're going to get in the stance. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move these guys, I'm going to say right or left, because we're going to move either one of those directions at some point. We're going to go right or left. Now it may be known as closed and open, and it may be called pinch, but it's either a right or a left move. So I'll tell these guys to move right. They'll make their two-step quick move. Then they'll find the football based on where the ball carrier is going to break to, one way or the other. Going to the right. We're going to the right. Right here, we're going to the right. Sit tight. Stay low. Hurry back. Again. Hop back here for me, Kurt. Roll it through. Going to the right. Going to the right. Keep your pads low right here when we make our move. Sit tight. Boom. Make your move. Make the ball quick. Get there. Faster. Faster. Hurry. Back here, Larry. I didn't tell you. This way, Larry. Sit tight. Make your move. Get the ball. There you go. Redirect. Again. Sit tight. Boom. Stay low. Stay low. Here we go. Hurry back. Same thing. We're moving to the right still. Moving to the right. Sit tight. Pads are a little high there. Pads are a little high. We want to stay lower. Here we go. We're moving to the left now. We're moving to the left. To our left. Make your move. Find the football. Sit tight. Boom. Make your move. Find the ball. Chase it. Get up. Hop up. To the left. To the left. To the left. Sit tight. Make your move. Make your move. Got to have urgency. We got to get to the football. We got to make the move. To the left, moving to the left. Sit tight. Make your move. Get the ball. There you go. That's the way to do it. Better. So that's our change of direction drill that we'll work on. We're looking for the quick two-step move. We're looking for the pad level that needs to be lower. You can tell we haven't been through spring practice yet, so we're still knocking the rust off from the fall. We got to get better at that this fall, or this spring for sure. But we're looking for the two-step quick move, pad level low, make the move, find the football, redirect, and go get it. To help us with this change of direction is a redirection drill. With our redirection drill, we'll have the bags. We'll have a football here. We go on the movement of the football. We make a move. Say we're the nose guard here. We'll make the move. We'll stay over the bags and change directions again with the ball carrier, making sure we get our feet up and that we're ready to react with the ball carrier. Just to work on that change of direction, we start out with this from this redirection drill with the one line here of defensive linemen. They will face me, their shoulders facing down through the bags. They'll get in a stance, they'll watch for ball movement, and they will step over the bags, and I will change their direction, moving them back and forth to work on that change direction, getting it sinking in their hips, not standing up after they make the move. staying low behind their pads right here after they make their move to redirect and to stay low in the bags. And then we'll chase the ball carrier or the football and attach a fumble recovery drill to this also to work on picking up the football and scooping and scoring. Okay, now we're going to do what we call our redirection drill. This is nothing more than a drill to get our guys used to changing direction. Just as we worked on right here, this is another drill because that's all these guys are doing. They're making their move either to that or to here, and they're changing direction and getting to the football. Give me one line right here. I need the football. And what we're going to do is they're going to get down in their stance right here. We're going to go on the set. I'm going to go on ball movement. Okay. I'm going to go on the ball movement right here. We're going to go on the ball movement for the defensive line to start moving. He's going to shuffle through the bags right here. I'm going to back up, and then I'm going to change him direction, and I'm going to incorporate the fumble drill, the scoop and score drill that we try to do. As it said earlier, as far as our statistics, we've had 15 or more fumble recoveries the past years because we scoop and score. We try to, turnovers is the key for us, that we're going to use our speed, make our moves, get to that football and cause turnovers. Get the football. We want the ball. Sit tight. Scoop and score. Bend your hips, bend down, get it up. Good. Here we go. Keep your pads down low. We want to keep good low pad level here. Going through the bags, we're shuffling through the bags. We want our pads to be low. Again, we're still knocking the rust off from the fall because we hadn't gone through our spring yet. Sit tight. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Scoop and score. Get it up, scoop it, scoop it, scoop it. There you go. That's the way to bend your knees. Hurry back, Larry. Stop right here. One thing right here is you notice that he did a good job of doing that. What's our coaching point is he bent down and picked it up and went with it. He did not straight leg. You can't pick it up that way. People are coming in trying to get to that football. They'll blow your knees out. They'll break your arm if it's down on the ground. You got to bend down and you got to scoop it and score. And Larry did a real good job of doing that there. Thanks, Larry. Sit. Hit. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Back this way. Scoop and score. Bend your knees, scoop and score. Good. We'll go the other direction now. Again, we're not worried about where the bags are all located, if we're closed or open or where I'm snapping it. We're just worried about that we're moving and we're working on our change of direction. Keeping our pads down low and making the move. Watch the ball. Hut, hut. Sit, hut, hut. Sit, hut. Boom. Change direction, change direction. Back this way, back this way. Get on the ball. Scoop it up, scoop it up. Come on. There you go, better. Stay off the bag, stay off the bag. Pick your feet up. Watch the ball, watch the ball, watch the ball. Hut, sit, hut. Hut, hut. Hut, hut. Hut, hit. Come back this way. Scoop it up, scoop it up. Bend down, scoop it, scoop it, scoop it. Get there. Urgency, urgency. Gotta have the ball, gotta have the ball. Scooping it up. Watch the ball, watch the ball. Hut, hut. Sit, hut. Hit it. Sit, hut. Hit it. Shuffle, shuffle, shoulder square, shoulder square. Come back to me, come back to me. Shuffle, down low, scoop and score. Scoop and score. Get it up, scoop and score. There you go, good job. So that's a very simple drill that we do just to work on nothing more than change direction. Just working on getting used to getting our eyes up where we're on the ball carrier, which is obviously me on the coach right now, watching the eyes, seeing the eyes, keep the pads low, make your move, get to that football, be ready to scoop it up and score because we need to cause turnovers, trying to cause turnovers. The next drill that we'll perform is, of course, our pass rush drill. We're going to attack the gaps and control those gaps. Now we must find the football. If it's in a passing situation, then we have to control the gap that we're moving towards and get to the quarterback. So if we're in a open or closed, let's say we're in a open stunt, we make our open move. Our defensive end here has to stay outside for contain. When we perform an open stunt, we're normally bringing someone from this side as far as pressure. And we've got to control the inside with my end and my nose guard. Closed stunt. Of course, we expect the end to get out wide here, the nose, this end, and again, we're going to be bringing some kind of pressure if we're running close over here to this side. So we got to understand that I cannot let myself, say on an open stunt, I cannot let myself get hooked right here because there's nothing out here to keep the quarterback from getting outside of us. So our drills along those lines are going to be based on those principles. That I've got to have an understanding as the defensive end to get to and to control where the quarterback can and cannot go. I'll have a defensive lineman. The quarterback will stand back behind. And I put a blocker up here. I will give him an open or close call and tell him which way, or a right or left call, and tell him which direction he is to move to, where the strength is, and where he must move to control. And I have the defensive lineman, or I have the blocker make the block on the guy. He must attack half the man. He must keep his outside arm free as a defensive lineman and contain the quarterback. If he comes inside here, he's wrong. He's got to stay out wide. As the nose, his path is not out wide. His path is a move, and then he is either up in the middle direction of which way he's going. So all three of these D linemen will perform these drills. I'll tell them, okay, you're the outside contain guy here, defensive line, or nose. If we're running, say, our tango stunt, and I'm going to try to stunt him out wide, he's got to know that he's got to stay out wide. We will move, we'll block, we'll have our blockers step to block these guys. They've got to make their two-step move to control the gap that they're responsible for, and then get to the football and get to the quarterback. And those are our basic drills. Very simple for defensive linemen. Make a move. You're told where you're going to move. You make the move. You find the football and you chase the football. It's very simple, and it's an important factor of why we've been able to be so successful defensively, because it's a simple defense to run. It allows our defensive linemen to make moves. There's no question that, hey, what if this happens or this happens? What do I do then? I'm going to make that move. I know where I'm going, and I'm going to do my job. Right now we're going to work on a pass rush drill. Give me a nose right here. Give me another end over here. Again, we're still making our basic moves. We're still open, closed. We're still pinch. We are jacks, if we are jacks. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We're going to make our move and then get to the quarterback. As soon as we make our move, we repass, we got to get to the quarterback. It's very simple. Make the move, find out what's going on, and get to the quarterback. Here we go. Stance. Close, close, close right, close left, close left, close left. Closes the call, close the call. Sit, cut. Boom. We're out wide out here. You see this guy right here, he's out wide rushing. We're coming up through the inside right here. again, hustle back. With this pressure, with this closed slant right here, something is coming from this side with it. So I'm getting an outside pressure here. He's my outside contained guy here making his move. And then I got these guys coming through the middle. Open stunt, open stunt. On the set hut. Sit hut. Make your move, there it is. He's out wide behind me right here. His aiming point's the upfield shoulder right here. Okay, upfield shoulder, and I got these guys coming here. Again with the open stunt, I'm bringing something from pressure-wise coming from here, and we're gonna box it all in right here. It's all important that the defensive ends understand that there is pressure coming from here. And when this quarterback gets flushed, he's gonna run this way. And if I run my stunt and get out here, then I'm gonna be in position to make the tackle. If I don't, then the quarterback gets outside of me and then I'm in trouble. The defense is in pressure that we don't want to be in. We're in situations that we don't want to be in. I hope that you've been able to pick up a few things from this defensive line tape. Most importantly, you see how easy it is to run the 3-5-3 defense. You can take the drills, the basic fundamentals of this defense, you can apply them, and you can run the 3-5-3 defense at your school with as much success as we've had here at Georgia Military College.